You ever feel like you're not really in control of your own mind anymore? Like you sit down to do something important, maybe study, maybe work, maybe just fix your life a little, and within seconds you're on your phone again, scrolling without even thinking. One video turns into 10, 10 turns into 50, and suddenly an hour is gone. And the worst part is not even the time you wasted. It's that feeling afterwards, that guilt, that frustration, that voice in your head saying, "What am I doing with my life?" And you try to convince yourself that tomorrow will be different, tomorrow you'll focus, tomorrow you'll be disciplined. But deep down you already know what's going to happen, because it always happens. And that's when it hits you. Maybe it's not just laziness, maybe something is actually wrong, and you're right. Because this is not normal, this is not natural. Your brain is being hijacked, slowly, quietly, every single day, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. See, the world you're living in right now is not designed to make you focused, it's designed to make you addicted. Every app on your phone, every notification, every scroll, every sound, it's all carefully engineered to grab your attention and hold it for as long as possible, because your attention is the most valuable thing you have. And there are billion-dollar companies fighting to take it from you, not to help you grow, not to make your life better, but to keep you consuming, because the longer you stay, the more they win, and the more you lose. And the scary part is, it doesn't feel dangerous, it feels normal, it feels harmless. Just one video, just 5 minutes. But those small moments add up, day after day, week after week, until you look back and realize you're stuck. You're not moving forward, you're not building anything, you're just existing, reacting, consuming, and slowly losing control over your own mind. And here's the part that hurts the most. You start blaming yourself. You think you're weak, you think you have no discipline, you think you're just not built for success. But that's not true. You're not broken, you're just overstimulated. Your brain has been trained to chase easy rewards instead of meaningful progress. Think about it. When you scroll, you get instant entertainment, instant pleasure, instant escape. But when you try to work on your goals, it feels slow, it feels hard, it feels uncomfortable. And your brain hates that, so it pushes you back to what's easy, back to what's familiar, back to the scroll. And over time, this becomes your default mode. You don't even think about it anymore. Your hand just moves, your phone just unlocks, your thumb just scrolls, and you're gone. And the more this happens, the weaker your focus becomes, the harder it gets to sit still, the harder it gets to think deeply, the harder it gets to actually do something meaningful. And that's why even small tasks start feeling overwhelming. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you delay. Not because you don't care, but because your brain has been rewired. And the worst part is, most people never fix this. They live like this for years, constantly distracted, constantly tired, constantly feeling behind, always planning to change, but never actually changing. And if you're not careful, that could become your life too. But here's the good news. The fact that you're listening to this right now means you're aware, and awareness is where control begins. Because once you see the problem clearly, you can start fixing it. And no, you don't need extreme discipline. You don't need to delete your entire life. You just need to take your brain back, step by step. Starting with something simple, you need to break the automatic pattern. Right now, your behavior is automatic. You don't decide to scroll, it just happens. So the first thing you do is create friction, make it harder to access distractions, move apps away from your home screen, turn off notifications that don't matter, log out of apps if you have to, anything that slows you down even for a few seconds. Because that small pause, that tiny moment of awareness, is enough to break the cycle. It gives you a chance to choose instead of reacting, and that's powerful, because control is not about never getting distracted. It's about catching yourself before you go too far. And once you create that space, the next step is to rebuild your focus, slowly. Don't try to go from 0 to 5 hours of deep work. That's not realistic. Start with 10 minutes, just 10. Sit down, no phone, no distractions, and do one thing that actually matters. At first, your brain will resist, it will feel uncomfortable, you'll get the urge to check your phone every few seconds. That's normal, that's withdrawal. Your brain is used to constant stimulation, and now you're taking that away. But if you sit through that discomfort, even for a few minutes, something powerful happens. Your brain starts to adapt, it starts to calm down, and your focus begins to come back, little by little, day by day. And here's something important. Don't just remove distractions, replace them. Because if you leave a void, your brain will fill it with the same old habits. So instead of mindless scrolling, watch something that teaches you, something that inspires you, something that actually adds value to your life. Same screen, different impact, and over time, your brain will start associating your phone with growth instead of escape. And another thing you need to understand is that discomfort is not your enemy. It's the path. Every time you feel bored, every time you feel the urge to escape, that's your moment. That's your opportunity to grow. Because most people run away from that feeling. They avoid it. They numb it. But if you can sit with it, even for a little while, you build mental strength. You build discipline. You prove to yourself that you're in control. And that changes everything. Because once you realize you can control your urges, you stop feeling helpless. You stop feeling stuck. You start trusting yourself again. And that trust is what builds real confidence. Not motivation, not hype, but quiet confidence. The kind that comes from knowing you can rely on yourself. And yes, there will be days when you fail. Days when you go back to old habits. Days when you waste time and feel like you've lost progress. That's normal. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. Don't let a mistake define you. Just reset and start again. Because this is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent, even if it's messy, even if it's slow. Progress is still progress, and over time, those small changes add up. Your focus gets stronger, your mind gets clearer, your actions become intentional, and your life starts moving in the right direction. And one day, you'll look back and realize you're not the same person anymore. You're not the one who was constantly distracted, constantly stuck. You're someone who took control, someone who made a decision, someone who didn't let the world hijack their mind, and it all started with one small step. So here's what I want you to do, not tomorrow, not later. Right now after this ends, pick one task, something simple, and give it 10 minutes of your full attention. No phone, no distractions, just focus. That's it. Because you don't need to fix your whole life today. You just need to take the first step. And once you do, everything starts to change. Slowly, but surely, you take your brain back. And when you control your mind, you control your life. And that it is where everything begins.